over. All right. Hi, friends. Maga Supreme coming at you guys with a sacred Sunday reading. So, as you guys may or may not know, Sacred Sunday is literally the heart of this channel. It is the time where I pull a message directly from Source, from Father, from God, universe, whatever you want to call them. Sacred Sunday is the day where I connect with that energy and I get a message directly from him. Usually in my readings, the source sometimes come through, but it's oftentimes angels, spirit guides, ancestors that I usually connect to for particular readings and things of that nature. But Sacred Sunday is the time reserved for just me and Father, me and Source, me and God, me and the universe. Whatever you know him as, this is what Sacred Sunday is all about. So for this Sacred Sunday, I pre-pulled a message, and I'm gonna get to that. But I mostly just wanted to like really, and this card still wants to keep showing up. But I mostly just wanted to talk about just a little bit of like things about what's been going on in my life. Things, for if you guys really care, things have been really good over here. Um, the whole situation with my landlord and with my landlord, it it didn't get any better, but I am in a good space about it. You know, we are going to possibly take everything to court. We'll see how everything goes. But the fact of the matter is, even if it does go to court, nothing's going to matter because I stay paid up on my rent. So nothing's really going to happen there. And this whole situation has really taught me to just really just be calm, just chill. For the past few weeks, I've really just been relaxed and in the flow of my life. And it's something that I honestly, truly am so thankful and so grateful for, that I have like this newfound peace inside of myself. And this new, I keep saying the word assurity, but I know assurity isn't really a word, but it's the word that comes to me so naturally. This newfound assurity in my life. One of the cards that just came out the bottom that really inspired the naming of this is Healing Through Rest. And this is exactly what the energy that I've really been in lately. I've just been resting. Hence why I've kind of slowed down on the uploads. I still make sure that I do my daily bread. I still do some for the week, but I really haven't been like too stressed to like put content out. Mostly because I know right now my channel is at a low point right now. The way that the energy around my channel works is usually like certain points is really active. I get a lot of comments, a lot of likes, people really engaging. And then at the low points, I just see my regulars, my faithfuls. And maybe around it jumped maybe around like 80 to 120 views. So right now I know that my channel is in a little bit of a low point. And when my channel is at a low point, that just means I just need to take a step back, relax, get into my own life, and just upload when I upload. So that's kind of what I've been doing lately. Just reading the flow of my channel and just going along with it. So if you think I haven't been uploading, been uploading a lot lately, you're definitely right, because I haven't. But you know, it might change next week. Well, this week. Who knows? I just go with the energy. But yeah, that's mostly what I wanted to say. And I'm sorry for getting on so early. My sleep schedule has really been thrown off of me working overnight. I'm up all night and I sleep through the mornings. So since I haven't slept yet, I just figured I might as well do my Sacred Sunday before I sleep and don't have a proper chance to do it. But now that that's out of the way, I want to get into the message. I pre-pulled some cards just so I can like kind of have like a real clear inkling of what to talk about. Because what was coming to me, like just naturally, like off the tip of my mind, was just to talk about life. And I felt like, and I was feeling like, well, at least my contention with that was like, I don't think people want to sit here and hear me talk about life to them because they're already living life, and I know I'm in a really good spot. Not objectively in a good spot, but subjectively and spiritually, I'm in a really good spot in my life. I'm in a real high point, and I don't know if people want to hear me speak to them on high. So I just delegated the message completely over to Father and let him speak to me through the cards to just, okay. And what we got here is a really interesting message. And it kind of does echo exactly what I was just talking about with me reading the flow on my channel and not really posting too much, like just feeling the energy. The first card that we had that came out is Gifts to the Portal. Now, Gifts to the Portal is like actually a really sweet card. Gifts to the Portal talks a lot about just doing work. It could be spiritual work, it could be actual work, it could be working on a craft or a hobby that's really, really fulfilling to you. In fact, I think Gift to the Portal is a lot about working on something that's fulfilling to you. But the thing with the Gift to the Portal card, it's about that work or you feeling like that work isn't really being received, not really being seen the way that it needs to be seen, or not really just like taking off the way that you want it to take off. If you're like an entrepreneur, then I feel like this reading might really be like for you. An entrepreneur, maybe you're a content creator, hi, or whatever it is that you do. There's something here about you just doing something that you love and not really feeling like you're getting a recognition, not really seeing the proper returns. But the fact of the matter is that that's not really supposed to be like the crux here. The gift of the portal card, gifts to the portal card really carries like this really big meaning that everything that you do is for the sake of your spirit guides, your life path for source. It's a gift to them, a gift that you do, your labor of love that you put out there to show to the universe that you care, that you're doing something with your life, and that you appreciate all that they've done for you. Especially if you're like someone that's really putting their heart and their soul into something that they're building, putting their heart and soul into the way that they live their life, putting their heart and their soul into their craft. The fact of the matter is, don't really worry about who's seeing you and who's not. Just do it because you love it. And that's exactly the message behind the gift to the portal. Because your spirit guides are happy that you're just even doing it, that you're listening, that you're honestly just doing, that you're creating. That's your purpose, is what you're meant for. And the fact that you're creating is more than enough for them. Like, honestly, truly, it's more than enough. But the present card here is the cornucopia. And this is where the message kind of gets really juicy. With the cornucopia, like right in the middle, there's this energy here that things have kind of paid off, like for, and you may or may not know it. You might be having your eyes kind of closed to it. You might not be wanting to see it, but things have been paying off in a really good way. You have your seeds have definitely grew up, they ripened, and now you can definitely like grab them, or you have been grabbing them, or you're in the middle of something like of a lot of really good things happening. Like I said, I've been in a real peaceful state lately. I've been seeing, I did see the fruit of the labor that I put into this channel pay off. And I did see the fruit of my spiritual work paying off right now with just how at peace I feel, with how I'm really noticing how honestly, truly on point my intuition is. I I'm not going to keep talking about myself, but and I challenge you guys to really find that in your life as well. Where can you see every your work really paying off at? Like I really it's really hard for me to communicate this because I'm really trying to not just constantly talk about myself, but every time I get on here in our channel, I really am just driven to just like talk about me. I really, really am. But I'll use myself as an example. I'm gonna stop fighting against it because whenever I fight, the message comes out the worst. Right now, in my life, I after everything happened between me and my landlord, I got the inkling and the unction to improve my credit score because I feel like I might need a loan later on in the future for like a house or something of that nature. This is real big adulting, okay? Working on your credit score is big brain adulting. Um, so I signed up with a law firm to challenge some of the cases that's on my credit, and that was just something that was intuitively came to me, but I started getting cold feet. But now a month or two down the line is really starting to pay off. Like my credit score jumped like I think like at least 138 points or something like that. Like it jumped dramatically from just me just challenging these things on my credit, and like also building my credit. That was something that was intuitively guided. Like I just felt like one day I need to work on my credit score, and now it's working. This is a result of all the spirit of the work that I've been doing to connect to my intuition. Like of everything that I've been doing to become a clear channel. Like it's helping me out in ways that I would never have guessed. So I really challenge you guys to really like see where things are kind of paying off. Like really see where you are and what's really working in your life, and where you've been. One of the things here, though, in the future is the fear that the light will bring judgment. And this is now is making sense. This is why I was so scared to talk about myself. Because some of us probably don't even like being in the spotlight. Some of us really get like a little nervous, don't really want everyone all in their business. But the fact of the matter is, it's not the time for you to like really hide yourself. Really be proud and celebrate your achievements. Celebrate how far you came. Even if it's just like building a craft that you're working. You completed, let's say, over 100 candles, or you do Reiki and you've seen over 10 or 15 clients. Celebrate that, okay? Like, because that's a big achievement. And that's something that you really shouldn't be ashamed of, or something that you really shouldn't hide. One of the things that I've really been struggling with is like my subscriber count. One of the things that I challenged and I worked on real early, and when I started doing this YouTube channel thing, is trying not to fall into the energy of comparison. Because compared to other YouTubers that's in this lane, a lot it seems like a good amount of them like really get like really good exponential and like, or at least consistent growth, at least the good ones, at least the ones that I, at least the ones that I see they got a fair amount of talent. They they do pretty well. And if I was a lesser man, or if I was just like, if I haven't worked through this particular thing, I sit there and I would think like, well, maybe I shouldn't be seen. Like, maybe I should just stop. Maybe my messages aren't really as good as everyone else. Maybe I'm just out of touch. I am kind of out of touch. Most people who consume tarot card readings, I'm seeing, they really only care about taking the spirit and like bringing their messages down to just like their actual life. No one cares about spiritual health and spiritual maintenance. It's a very small niche of people that actually care about that stuff. And choosing to like, well, I didn't choose to. This is just how like my intuition and the messages come to me. Choosing to cater to such a small niche of people doesn't really make you the most popular person on a YouTube algorithm. So the fact of the matter is, if I was a lesser person, I would really quit. I would quit. I wouldn't. I wouldn't really. I don't know if I should say lesser person. Fuck it. You know what? I said I wasn't going to keep holding myself back. I'm gonna say what I'm going to say. How I'm going to say it. If I was a lesser man, I would have been succumbed to the energy of just maybe I'm not good enough. Like this person just started 2 months ago and they're already at 1,500 subscribers. But the fact of the matter is I persist. I may take the time out to rest. Okay, I may take the time out to rest. I pace myself with this. But the fact of the matter is I don't stop doing my work. I don't stop. Hence why I'm here doing Sacred Sunday. And I did put out videos this week For those of you who've been like, you've been kind of falling off. No, I haven't. Okay, I've been putting out videos, I promise. You just watch them. But there's a message here. And it's very clear to me. And I'm hoping that I'm like at least conveying it somewhat well. I doubt that I am. Because it just feels so internal. Fact of the matter is, be proud of everything that you've done so far. But the biggest thing here, though, is like if you really can't see it, then maybe you just need to take a break. And hence now we get into the title of this video. Maybe it's just time for you to rest. To rest. Which is the crux of this whole reading. And it's exactly what I've been doing this entire weekend. I'm off on the weekends, Friday and Saturday. And I just decided to spend this weekend doing the things that's fun for me. I've been taking a break. I tapped out of the collective energy, which is why I haven't really been pulling messages. I haven't really been doing anything. Pulled out the collective energy, brought my energy back to myself. And I was making for a change, Not sitting out here just being in the spirit trying to pull messages. No. No. I decided to be really mundane this weekend, and this has been a very peaceful and fun weekend for me. I enjoyed this greatly. Seen the Doctor Strange movie, bought myself a new video game. I've been chilling. And that might be something that you guys just need to just do something different for a change. Stop. And it's so easy to say this, but it's so hard to do. Maybe it's just time to just drop the worries for a weekend, or drop the worries for a day or two, and just allow yourself to just rest. Like, just chill out for a little bit. There's something here, especially with fear, that the light will bring judgment. There's just something here about shame, about having to like cover your face, about not really being proud of something. Maybe you feel like your life isn't where you want it to be. But the fact of the matter is that all those good things are coming. Your work is paying off. And if you can't see that, it's time for you to take a step back, reflect, journal if you need to, and really count your blessings. I'm hearing like it's really time to just sit back and count your blessings. Your lives are going so much better than what you think. And this is something to be proud of and to celebrate, and to allow, and you should feel more confident allowing yourself to go out into the world and be seen, because things are literally on the upswing. It really, really is. Whether you know it, see it or not, or whether you just can't see it. But everything is on the upswing. I'm going to pull one more card from this deck because I feel like there's one other one that wants to come out to really put the hammer on the head, to hit the nail on the head for this reading. Of course. The gallery of those who came before. This is the card that Thank you, Father. I was talking about comparison and comparing, and how if I was a lesser person, I'd be comparing myself to others. This is exactly what this card is. The gallery of those who came before is all about comparing your life, your projects, your progress to other people. I'm gonna read it just so you guys can know that I'm not talking out the side of my neck here. I'm gonna read it because this is all about comparison. Children imitate the behaviors they see around them. That is our first introduction to human life. It is no surprise that we look to others' lives and work to compare ourselves. It is rooted in survival techniques. However, this could also create fear. This could also, let me see, where is it? However, this can also create fear and potentially self-esteem issues. Others' success will never be yours. The success that they've worked for or were given will always serve them differently than it will serve you. Look to those who inspire you as mentors, but not as a template of how you need to achieve your accolades. Have trust in your path and your ability to make the right decisions and actions to bring yourself to your goals. Again, like I said, if you guys really feel like the work that you've been doing isn't really being well received, you're not really getting the recognition and the acclaim that you feel you deserve because you're looking at the next man, it's time for you to just really take a break. Okay? Take a step back from whatever it is that you're doing. Take the time out to, and this is something I've been seeing all over the place. Go touch grass, okay? Go touch some grass. All right? Get rooted, get grounded, and really, really, really reflect on your life and allow yourself to really see how far you came, how the work that you've been doing is in fact paying off presently. And don't be afraid to allow yourself to be seen, even if you feel like you're a little bit behind. And I can attest to this because this was a sinking feeling that I've had. I'm going to be 30 next month, okay? 30. And my life looks nothing like I planned out for myself as a teenager. It looks nothing like it, okay? In fact, I feel like I felt, let me rephrase that. I felt for the longest time that I'm a failure. But that's just because I was comparing my life to other people. And when you do that, yeah, like the book says, it can be very damaging to your self-esteem and your self-concept. You might just want to hide yourself away and not allow yourself to be seen until you feel like you're where you need to be. But that's not the way. Have faith, have trust in your path, and be proud of who you are and what it is that you accomplished and that you achieved, no matter how big or how small. It's meant for your path, and you should always know that Father, God, universe, source, whatever you know him as, is proud of you because you're doing what's authentic to you. You're doing what's right for you. And that's something that you should never, ever, 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 ever take for granted. Because the favor of God is a really beautiful thing. Let me tell you, it's a beautiful thing. I've been enjoying it lately. Been kind of trying to cash in on the benefits of being loved. And nobody what it rewarded me? Peace. Peace. Which is something that I've been missing my entire life. And I got it now. Before I hit my 30th birthday, I'm at peace. So let's pull some tarot cards and see what other dimensions we can add to this reading. And this is really all about comparison and about really recognizing the work that you've done so far. And if you don't see it, you need to take a break. You need to go touch grass and get grounded so you can more accurately count your blessings. Wow. Okay, this one just jumped out immediately. The Ace of Pentacles. Speaking of new things coming in, new financial opportunities, growth and gain. Remember, I was talking about how my credit score has been improving, how it jumped up by leaps and bounds. I feel like in the future it's going to open a lot of doors, having at least a decent credit score. One of the things that actually kept me from going into a tech program was because I had to get a co-signer on a loan, and my parents aren't co-signing anything at my big age. They wasn't even going to co-sign anything when it was age appropriate for them to do so. But now that my credit is right, if I ever need a loan for anything in the future, I can get it myself and be independent, which is one of my prayers, to be solid and secure. And this is something that you guys need to see, especially with this cornucopia card here. Good things are coming in. A lot of opportunities. The seeds that you've been sowing are ripening. Or actually with the cornucopia, they are ripe. They're there for the taking and they're already coming in. You're being rewarded for the work that you've been doing. Whether it's just spiritual work, just like working on yourself, or if it's something that you've really been putting in, like in time and a craft. Don't compare yourself to other people because I've been saying on this channel quite recently, fairly often I guess, is comparison is the thief of joy. I don't know whose quote that is. I'll look it up on Google so that way I can give a proper attribution, but that's it. Star card, renewal. And again, because I love reading it this way, this is the card of hope and of faith. Whenever I see the star card, I always hear have faith. There's beautiful things that's really forming, coming in. And I'm really looking at these two cards here. The Two of Cup and the Temperance. I'm not going to take them out in the reading. They might jump out later, but I'm not going to take them. But I think it's very important that I point out that I see two cups here. This is a balancing, the balancing of your emotional energies, and also with Temperance. That's one of the few divine intervention cards that I designated in my tarot decks. You're being heavily watched over, and everything is being brought into a divinely guided balance. Again, like this card says, this is about your path, having faith in your walk, and knowing that good things are forming and coming into fruition on your path, on your walk, because you're authentic to yourself. Okay? Okay. We hear it, we see it, we got it. Good. Okay? Okay. This is just going to be a real relaxed reading, especially since I didn't sleep. So you guys are going to see a little bit more of my personality. Wow. There's such, wow. The Hierophant, and it was Judgment at the bottom deck. This is really, I don't even know why I'm surprised at this point. Like I said, Father doesn't have me come on here and look like a fool. I say it all the time. The Hierophant is all about higher wisdom and learning. At least this is the energy that I'm picking up for it this time. This is definitely about, and then look, because we have, it came out right under the fear that the light will bring judgment. This is a 5 card and this is a 5 card. This is all about how in the future, or like how your life is heading towards change. But the thing about this change is about living your life from a more higher and enlightened perspective, of really recognizing and standing in your own power as the person that you are here. The thing about the Hierophant is that he's actually a powerful figure. He's the right hand man of the emperor. The High Priestess is the counterpart to the Empress. The Hierophant is the counterpart to the Emperor. The more spiritual aspect of it. Okay. I never said that before, but the Hierophant's the more spiritual aspect of the Emperor. Really coming into your own and really learning to trust who you are. And this was a message that I was really meant to say, that I was going to say if I really went the other direction with my reading about talking about life. Now I'm really seeing I probably should have. I need to trust my intuition a whole hell of a lot more. Which is okay, all right. All right. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm having a moment here. I'm channeling, and then it's just like smacking me in the face because I'm like, okay, I hear you. I get it. Lay off me. But yeah, just coming into your own. This is all about really living your life from a higher perspective, or at least having like a more assured knowledge in who you are, living your life in assurity. I think that might be a thing for this channel, or at least for me. Living your life in assurity, knowing that you are who you are, that things are working out, but you need to maintain a more higher perspective on your life. Now, the thing about the Judgment card, to me, the Judgment card is one of my favorite major arcanas, mostly because it features my boy Gabriel, but also because it's all about your life path, your journey, and the call that you hear in your life. Of course, it's also about sound and good judgment, but the gallery of those who came before talks about your path, and here we have the Judgment card coming out on top, coming out right underneath it, which talks a lot about, now that I'm looking at it, these cards really reflect each other, the tarot and these oracles. And the hands here, the cornucopia speaks of ripe fruits and good things coming in, and the star card speaks of renewal. Their cards are mirroring each other, and I love it when they do that. Actually, really, really reinforcing and drives home the message. The fact that the gallery of those who came before and the Judgment card are coming out together, it really lets you know that this is about listening to your call, really becoming more stable, more secure in your life. I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it. I'm going to change the title. I'm going to change the title. to what I was going to call it. I was just going to simply leave it at life. And this is exactly the message that's coming out. It's about life, about knowing that you've been doing the work, and even if you feel unappreciated, unseen, unloved, uncared for in your life, things are definitely taking a turn for the better in your life, and you need to understand that. And if you can't understand that, like I said, touch grass, get some rest, ground that energy, because things are definitely on the upswing, whether you see it or not, or whether you don't want to see it or not. But the fact of the matter is, your life is going well. Like, really stick to the plans that you have. Really stick to the things that you've been really trying to set into motion with your life, because it's happening. But the moment you take your eyes off of your path, off of what is meant for your life, and you stop celebrating your victories, is the moment you're going to succumb to despair. You're going to succumb to the darkness. Okay. All right. The moment you take your eyes off of your path is the moment you're going to fall. I'm being drawn to speak of the time where Jesus walked on water, and how I think it was Peter who came out after him. It was Peter who started walking on water right behind him. But and I wrote this in my journal. This was the very, very, very first thing I've written in my journal when I first started my spiritual journey and I decided to journal. This was the first thing I've ever written. That as long that Peter kept his eyes on Jesus the whole time, and as he was keeping his eyes focused on him, he was able to walk on water. But the moment he stopped to look around and to really take in like everything that was happening, like, oh shit, I'm walking on water in the middle of a storm. This shouldn't be possible. What the hell is going on? That motherfucker started to sink. Okay, he fell into the sea, and Jesus had to pull him out. Like, come on, you almost had it. This is about really staying focused on your path, on your calling, on where you're being led by the divine, where your hope and your faith is taking you. And the moment you take your eyes off of that is the moment you fall into that stormy sea. The moment you start realizing and really seeing the shitstorm that that this illusion is trying to throw at you. The moment you take your eyes off the higher, more evolved perspective is the moment you start to fall. And I can say that because I've been living my life from the more higher and evolved perspective, which is why I have this profound sense of peace. I'm telling you, that Deus Ex Machina did something for me. Yeah, having my butt saved, having my life saved, really did something for me. It really just put me in such a higher energy. I'm so thankful that I went through that tribulation and that trial. Even though it was scary as hell and confusing, it was a very necessary and needed experience. I'm gonna pull some more tarot. I'll probably do like two more. I really don't want this reading to be too long, because like I said, I've really just been chilling. But this is a really good message that came out. So we got the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom deck. But with the Page of Pentacles coming out here, this is all about, to me, the Page of Pentacles is all about like focus, about learning something new, about seeing this pentacle. The way that he's looking at this pinnacle is kind of like, it's something new to him. It's something that's exciting, something that he just want to study and like go into. And I think that inquisitive and like curious nature about your life is something that's really needed. Like, everything is really going the way that it needs to go. And I think you need to be more curious and excited about your life rather than stressed out and fearful of what's going on, about not wanting to be seen. You need to be a lot more excited about what's to come. And also, the Page of Pentacles speaks a lot about new endeavors and new things coming your way. Maybe some of you guys are going to pick up a new hobby that you're just going to instantly love, or dedicate your time to something else. I know for me, this Page of Pentacles is speaking of me going back to school. I'm supposed to be going back, God willing, in a couple months. And I can't tell you guys how excited I am about that. I love school. I'm a big nerd and I love learning. And, the debt is just it's a little minor inconvenience to me, but I love to learn. I really, really do. And the Knight of Pentacles is all about staying committed and staying focused. Really just making sure that you continue to put in the work and the investment and continue to walk your path is what I'm feeling. Now, I know one, ooh, shucks. I done. All the cards just spilled. So one more card, because I know there's one more that wants to come out. I know it. I feel it in me bones. Then we get the Ace of Wands, Knight of Wands. But yeah, the Ace of Wands. Inspiration, motivation, life returning. This is a lot about really making sure that you stay excited about your life, that you don't become ashamed of the person that you are, like the things that you've been doing aren't really being rewarded. This is pretty much a reading telling, it's not a slap in the face, but I'm going to slap you in the face, okay? Like, no, that's not it. You're wrong. Your life is amazing. You need to see it that way. Okay? You need to see it that way because there's so many beautiful things that's like really forming and that's coming into the physical, I'm feeling. That's coming into the physical in your life. If you've been doing heavy spiritual work, you're going to start seeing signs of that showing up in your physical life, such as me listening to my intuition about building my credit and my credit score and jumping up by 130 points, about me really falling into the energy of my spiritual protection, and now I have this profound sense of peace that has not left me for the past 2 3 weeks, and I'm going to carry that energy for the rest of my life. Honestly, mark my words, that's my vow. This peace is going to stay with me forever. Know that your life is really been changed, it's transformed, it's renewed, and everything is slowly but surely coming into play and falling into place. Don't compare your life journey and your path to other people because your journey is unique to you. Your life is unique to you, and you need to celebrate it, cherish it, and continue to have faith in the path that you decided to embark down because it's the path that's most authentic to you. It is the calling of your soul. This is exactly where you're meant to go and what you're meant to do. So don't second guess, don't doubt who you are, what it is that you do, or what your intuition tells you. Because the moment you start to do that is the moment you're going to sink and you're going to fall. But I'm being really advised to tell you guys that don't worry about sinking and falling because you're always going to be picked right back up. So I think that's the reading. Very short, very sweet. You guys know I don't like my Sacred Sunday and my live readings to be too long. So hopefully that was a good message for someone that needed to hear it. I know it's good for me. I definitely needed to hear this and get that confirmation. So thank you guys so much for joining me early this morning. Thank you. Be blessed. Go enjoy your day because I know I will.